Welcome to the SAFeTy Chronicles, exploring how to keep people and pets safe from the cycle of interpersonal violence. I am your host, Allie Phillips, founder and CEO of Sheltering Animals and Families Together, the SAFeTy Program, a nonprofit organization working with domestic violence shelters to eliminate the pet housing barrier to safety. As the founder, I have led the global movement in helping domestic violence shelters create on-site pet housing while elevating the criminal justice response to how animal abuse links to crimes against people. I am a former prosecuting attorney, internationally recognized legal expert, and public speaker, award-winning author, and advocate for protecting vulnerable victims. In this podcast, we will explore how and why animals are harmed in the cycle of family violence and the human-animal bond that keeps victims in harm's way with their pets. Guest speakers and I will share strategies for shelters and professionals working to safeguard survivors, why pet-inclusive sheltering is life-saving, and safety tips for those who need help. None of the content will be graphic. If you are in harm's way, please contact your nearest domestic violence shelter or call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-7233. Let's get started. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. And we are in our wellness series, okay? I'm really excited to be doing this because it's helping me to blend my other business with the SAFeTy program. So in this episode, I want to talk about emotional regulation. This is a huge topic. I recently taught a class on regulating the nervous system, and it was almost a 2-hour class. I'm going to try to chunk this down to help it make sense and just give you some tools on how to help yourself if your emotions are all over the board. And if they are all over the board and you have ruled out a medical issue like hormonal issues, please do not beat yourself up because we are in really challenging, chaotic times right now. So as humans, we just are in constant fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. You may have never heard of fawn, but we are just constantly, our nervous system, either fighting, we're just go, 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 go all the time. We're busy. If you ever use the word busy, you're in fight. Flight means that we're running away from things. We're just trying to get away from danger, but we're scared, we're fearful. Freeze is when we experience traumatic things and we can't make a decision. We just can't. Maybe we've been through so much trauma that making decisions is very difficult. You become indecisive. And then fawn is because of past stress and trauma that you may have experienced, that when you experience something uncomfortable, you fawn all over it. So that coworker that says something offensive to you, you just kind of laugh it off like, you're so funny. Or if you're in an abusive relationship, when they say something harmful and hurtful to you, you brush it off. You fawn to try to get them to stop. You're fawning all over them. So we get into this constant fight, flight, freeze, or fawn from work stress, financial stress, difficulties in relationships, including abuse, raising children, and just overall chaos in society. And all of this causes nervous system dysregulation, which means our emotions are not balanced. Our body is not balanced. Our mental state is not balanced. So, like I said, I recently taught a class and it was 2 hours long because there's a lot of information to share on this. But let me give you the short story. So because of this society that we live in with constant stress, it seems like everybody is so busy. Like when I see people and I ask them how they are, they just tell me how busy they are. Okay, that usually is, yes, you may be busy, but you are also probably avoiding your emotions. And when we live in the constant world of stress and emotional dysregulation, it's because our brain and our nervous system is working nonstop to interpret and respond to stressors. Even the simple act of driving, walking in a crowd of people, or scrolling on social media is overwhelming to the inner workings of our nervous system, and then it'll play out in emotional dysregulation. Stress levels are high for everyone. Unless you're a hermit with no access to people, television, radio, phones, or social media, stress levels are high for everyone. And the environment is generally the culprit. And because of that, you can actually do something about it. So our nervous system detects the stressors in our environment from other people, from just things happening around us, as well as our own thoughts. Our autonomic nervous system regulates all the glands in our body, including the adrenal glands, which give us the fight or flight, and also regulate our organs without conscious thought. So if the nervous system is dysregulated, your physical body will begin to suffer, as will your emotions and your mental health. They're all tied together. Mental health is not isolated. Emotional health is not isolated. Physical health is not isolated. They are all linked. So the sympathetic nervous system that we have, it prepares our body for stress-related activities: fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. Okay, let's say you're getting ready to go for a hike, or maybe you're going to run a marathon, or maybe you are escaping an abusive environment. Your sympathetic nervous system is going to ramp up and get you going. Now, if it is going all the time because of stress, it's going to wear your body down, wear your emotions down, wear your mental health down. Because when the sympathetic nervous system activates, at some point it needs to deactivate, and that's when the parasympathetic nervous system returns our body to healthy regulation by calming it down. But too often, the parasympathetic nervous system is not activating. We are in constant fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. Now, our nervous system impacts every body system: cardiovascular, digestive, our endocrine system, which governs our hormones, the immune system, the lymphatic system, the musculoskeletal system, the reproductive system, the respiratory system. We have 12 body systems, and the nervous system impacts all of them, which is why when you're stressed, usually you have aches and pains, you have digestive issues, maybe you have a rapid heartbeat. Okay, you breathe very shallow. But the nervous system also impacts our emotions. So the nervous system goes into overdrive and becomes dysregulated from constant stress, from being on the edge in an abusive relationship. And it could be mental and emotional abuse. Maybe it hasn't turned physical, but that is going to dysregulate your nervous system and your emotions. Also, having a stressful job, working with toxic or abusive coworkers, worrying about money, worrying about where you're going to live, worrying about your pets, worrying about your kids, worrying about your future, worrying about how you're going to afford healthcare, worrying about how you're going to pay for groceries, worrying about the state of the world. All of this is going to dysregulate you and dysregulate your emotions. Physically, you're going to be exhausted. Emotionally, you may have outbursts, which is your body's way of saying enough, enough. Or it'll come through as anxiety, depression, anger, rage, not feeling safe, and therefore you isolate. And if you're in an abusive relationship and you're isolating, that just ramps up the abuse even more, helping you not to escape it, but to feel even more unsafe. So I want to give you 10 easy things that you can do, okay? Either start typing or get out a notepad and take some notes. You don't have to do all of these, but these are easy things that you can do. Number 1, deep rhythmic breathing. What you're going to do is inhale through your nose for a count of 6. You're going to hold it for 4. Okay. And then you're going to breathe out your mouth for a count of 8. Like deeply exhale. So when I do this, I like to visualize. I like to visualize inhaling really positive, like sparkly energy. Like literally the sun is just raining down on me, like this really white, sparkly energy. And I am breathing it in and saturating my cells. And then when I hold it, it's like, poof, it's like saturating. And then when I breathe out, I am exhaling everything that is stressing me out. All the people, all the situations, the government, like everything. I'm like, and I'm blowing it out. Do this until you feel calmer. It's a great thing to do at the end of the day. Okay, it's a great thing to do before you go into a stressful meeting. It's a great thing to do before you pick up your kids from school. It's a great thing to do as you're walking your dog. Okay. Number 2, smell calming and grounding essential oils to calm your mind. I really love working with essential oils, and smelling a calming, grounding essential oil can calm your mind. And what I do, you can smell it right from the bottle or just put a drop in your hand. Now you want to make sure that you're using real essential oils, not fragrance oils, okay? Now here's the thing, you can go back to the first recommendation, breathe in through a count of 6, hold it, and exhale. Essential oils go right through the olfactory system into the brain, instant calmness, but also helps your lungs. Okay, so this is a blend called Stress Away. It smells like a tropical vacation. But go to like tree oils. Trees are very grounding. So cypress, cedarwood, frankincense, sandalwood, pine, that sort of thing. And they're really going to ground you. Oh gosh, that smells so good. Okay. Number 3, mindfulness, just slowing down and experiencing good things around you. So let's say you have a pet, even if you're in shelter with your pet, or maybe you're not, walk your dog without your phone. Okay. Enjoy walking your dog, experiencing just being with your dog. If you just go for a walk outside, put your phone in your pocket. Don't look at it. Look at the trees, look at the sun, look at the clouds, look at what's around you. Say hello to people. Mindfulness is simply slowing down and being present in your surroundings. That will calm you. Number 4, get in touch with your body. And you can do this through like moderate exercise, like walking, swimming, or yoga, massage, like no deep tissue, like light massage. You can even lightly massage along your carotid artery, or being in cold water, like the final 30 seconds of a shower, cold water, or cold water on your face. Yoga, especially the child's pose position, opens up hip flexors and is very calming. Or my favorite thing to do is I lay either on a bed or on the floor and I put my legs up the wall. Oh my gosh, it is so relaxing. It really is. Getting in touch with your body can calm you down. Number 5, eye movements. So here's a technique. When you're really stressed, look forward and then you're going to look to the right. So you're going to keep your head still. Look to the right, okay? Then to the left, and you're going to do it 4 times. Right, left, right, left. You're going to do that 4 times, okay? It's very calming to the brain. Number 6, go outside in nature. So I live at Lake Michigan, which behaves more like an ocean than a lake. I love to walk the beach, or maybe you have a river nearby or a forest. Okay? Be in nature. It's very calming and it's very soothing. Number 7, sound frequency. So here's my favorite thing to do with sound frequency. Go onto YouTube, type in solfeggio frequency, Solfeggio. Solfeggio frequencies are specific frequencies that are repairing, healing, soothing. Okay, Google solfeggio frequencies and you're going to see the different frequencies. But when you go to YouTube, type in 528 hertz. So 528 HZ for hertz music. And all this free music comes up. Okay, that's really going to help you. Number 8, you need healthy sleep. So no television, no phone, at least 1 hour before bed. Read like an easy book. Maybe you read a book to your child, or just relax. Listen to the solfeggio frequency music. Okay, let yourself relax. Number 9, there are certain supplements that will help you relax your nervous system, and then have good emotional regulation. Magnesium is one. I take it before bedtime. So going back to suggestion number 8 of healthy sleep, take a magnesium capsule before bedtime. Ashwagandha is good for calming the nervous system and emotions. Rhodiola is calming. Choline, okay? Choline helps us make acetylcholine, which is an important neurotransmitter, okay? B vitamins. There's lots of B vitamins. Taking like a multi-B complex, especially vitamin B12, calms your nervous system, as do the omega-3s. Okay. And then last but not least, and I mentioned this in a prior podcast, I love to hold crystals. Now, this one happens to be labradorite, but crystals like amethyst, lepidolite, or smoky quartz are calming. And if you put them in your pocket and carry them throughout the day, you're going to have that calm energy. So, a good first step in regulating your emotions is to recognize what is causing the imbalance, doing your best to remove that imbalance, that issue, and then focus on getting yourself balanced. Because when you are balanced and happy, everyone around you benefits. All right, thanks for listening, and I hope you come back to the next podcast. We're going to continue with this wellness series. If you are in harm's way and need help, please visit the Pet Inclusive Shelter listing at SAFeTyProgram.org, call your nearest domestic violence shelter, or call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-7233. Want to support our efforts and help us keep the Safety Startup Manual free for domestic violence shelters? Consider donating at SAFeTyProgram.org/donate. Your donation saves lives.